Hi garden friends, welcome to the channel. I'm Era and this is Gardening on Purpose. I garden in Georgia, Zone 8A. For today's video, I'm at Lowe's and I'm checking out their fruit trees. They have a whole collection of fruit trees that just came in, and I'm looking for a particular cherry tree, which I never seem to be able to find. I'm gonna have to buy it online, but I'm holding out hope that I might be able to find that cherry. Let's check them out. First up, they have the Patio peach here. This guy here is a bonfire patio peach. I have this in my yard and I've gotten peaches from it 2 of the 4 years that I've gotten it. And it's not because the tree doesn't perform, it's because of Mr. Squirrel and Mr. Alvin and the Chipmunks. They just like destroy my stuff. But these do well for me in a container. This guy is hardy from zones 5 and it grows 5 feet by 5 feet wide. And this is what it looks like in the container. And it's already nicely budded up right here, as you can see. So that's the bonfire patio peach. They have quite a few of those. Next up we have peach. This one here is Contender peach. Contender peach requires full sun. It is $32.98. Oh, I forgot to tell you, the bonfire patio peach is $41.98. The Contender peach is $32.98, hardy to zone 4. And it grows 20 to 30 feet by 20 to 30 feet. This is going to be a pretty big tree, but it will likely take years for it to get to that point. Whether or not you'll get fruit trees from this right away, I don't know. But if you're looking for a peach tree, they are here at Lowe's. Next up, we have apples. These guys here are the Fuji apple. The Fuji apple is $32.98, requires full sun, and it is hardy to zone 5, which means that it will not be hardy in 1 to 4, and it is hardy negative 20 to negative 10 to negative 20. And this is what it looks like. They have all the instructions here for you to follow when it's time for you to plant your tree. Right behind that, I see some plum. Let me see if I can get to it. Alrighty. Okay, the plum doesn't want me to read it. Okay, so here's the plum. This one here is Plum or Rosa, $32.98, requires full sun. Okay, this plum is doing too much. Doing too much. Why? Why are you doing this to me? Okay, so this is hardy from zones 5, and it grows 20 to 30 feet in height. That's what they look like. Let me know if you've had luck with planting fruit trees here in Georgia, whether or not you have them in a container or in the ground, or how long it takes for you to actually get fruit out of it. I love plums, but I've never really seen a plum tree where I'm at, and I don't even know if this is, I wonder if it's if it needs another tree. Sometimes they tell you that, whether or not it needs another tree for it to be able to bloom. Okay, next up we see pear. Is this a pear? Yes, it is. I absolutely love pear. Oh my goodness. But I don't think they grow really well here. I mean, they sell them, but will they actually produce for you? I really don't know, but this one is $32.98. This is the Ayers pear, and this guy here, most of them are going to grow 20 to 30 feet in height, and they are hardy to zone 4. I absolutely love pear. Next up, we have some blueberry, another fruit that I love, and I grow in my yard, but again, the critters get to it before I do. This is powder blueberry. This is $32.98, and it is hardy to zone 5. It grows 8 to 10 feet by 8 to 10 feet, and this is what it looks like. They're all nicely budded up. They look really nice and healthy, guys. Now, I know, I'm a clearance person, but when it comes to certain things, I prefer to buy the full price ones because I feel like I'm getting better dibs on what first comes in. If you sit there and wait for clearance, that's great because that will be great for next time. But for this year, if I want something to be established in the ground, I'll actually take the time and buy it full price, especially something I really, really like. Next up, we have Brightwell Blueberry. There's a lot of different blueberries here. Brightwell Blueberry is $32.98 as well. Requires full sun. Like I think all of these things are going to require full sun, and it is hardy to zone 4. Right next to that is a red Japanese maple. Well, this is not a fruit tree. Okay, so they're mixing in the maples with and other flowering trees apparently. So this one is the red Japanese maple, and it is only $59, guys. This one here is hardy to zone 5. I have 3 different types of Japanese maples that I bought from MrMaple.com, and they're all in the container, and they're going to stay in a container, and they're doing quite fine. But I love Japanese maples. I just wish they weren't this expensive. Then they have some more peaches and some more plums that we've seen before, and some more of the bonfire peach. More blueberries over here, more Japanese maples over here, but I do see a Jane magnolia. This guy here is an absolute beauty. This one blooms in the spring and it is $58. I have a Japanese magnolia in my yard, but it was there when I bought the house, and it is absolutely huge, and it is a beautiful bloom in the spring. This one here is hardy from zones 4. It grows 10 to 12 by 8 to 10. My tree is pretty much over 30 feet tall. It is that big and that established. So that's what's there. And then in the back here, what do they have? More Jane magnolias here. Let's see. Oh no, they have a pink flowering dogwood. This one is a part sun plant. It is $41.98, and it is hardy to zone 5. It will grow 25. Oh, what's up with the focus these days? 25 feet by 15 feet in zone 5. So that's the beauty. More Brightwell. There's a lot of Brightwell blueberries around the place, which is quite fun. I mean, I absolutely love blueberries. Then they have a Yoshino flowering cherry. This is really, really nice. I really want this plant, but do I have the sun for it? This one here is it's hardy to zone 5, and it grows 40 feet by 30 feet, and it is an absolute beauty. Really, really nice. The only downside, I mean, it's not a downside. I mean, some trees, they only bloom in the spring, and that's what they do, but it is so beautiful. I don't think it's that unreasonable for it to pay $36.98 for that beautiful plant. Then we have some October Glory Maple. October Glory Maple. Looks like it gets really big. It's only $32.98, guys. Now, I don't know how much gallon they're in, actually. They look like they're 5 gallons. And this is hardy for zone 4, and it grows 40 feet by 40 feet, guys. This is pretty huge. It is a shade plant, so here's the container for it right there that says shade. And right next to that, they have some golden delicious apples. When I was growing up, I absolutely loved apples. I mean, they were so delicious. They were nice and creamy. But now I don't like apples at all. This one here is zone 5, and it grows 20 to 30 feet by 20 to 30 feet. Really, really nice. I love the fact that Lowe's has all these different trees. Like I said, the only thing they didn't separate the fruit trees from the actual other flowering trees. Here we have a Gala apple or Gala apple. This one here is again $32.98, and it is hardy to zone 5. Looks like they have an Elberta peach. Hopefully you can see it there. Elberta peach is $32.98, and it is hardy to zone 5. And it grows 20 to 30 feet. They've also got some Forsythia. This Forsythia is a flowering shrub that requires full sun, and it only blooms in the spring. Now, again, when I bought my house, there was a whole big shrub of Forsythia, and I kind of dug some of it out and kind of planted it behind by my ditch. So you'll probably see it in my February tour video. But this guy here is hardy to zone 4. And it grows 8 feet by 8 feet. I don't know the type that I have in my yard, but this one just says Forsythia. This one is the one that it blooms first. It has the beautiful yellow flowers, and after the flowers are gone, that's when it actually puts on the foliage. Let's see what else they have, guys. A lot of flowering stuff here. Did we see this one already? No, we did not. We did not see the Kwanzaa flowering cherry. Oh, that's a beauty right there. Another spring only flowering for $36. And this guy here is hardy to zone 5. And again, this is what the pot looks like. Is it telling me? I mean, the pots are pretty big, so it's not telling me, unless it's obvious and I don't see it, the amount it is, whether or not it's a 5-gallon, a 4-gallon, or a 6-gallon. But the pots are pretty big for these guys here. I think these are some more Forsythias. Let's see. Yes, these are all Forsythias right here. And this is what mine look like in the garden too. So they're beautiful. You're not supposed to prune them until they're done flowering. But mine are in the back. And again, you'll see them later on in the month. Guys, that is pretty much it. Everything else is duplicates of what I've already shown you, and they are looking really nice and healthy. Let me get close in to show you the pots. Again, they are pretty big, and again, they give you the instructions on here so you don't have to wonder how to plant them. They're all right there at the bottom. It tells you to dig a hole two times the width of the pot, and then plant 1 inch above the soil line, which is what I do anyway in my garden. But these are looking really nice and healthy, guys. Check out your Lowe's. It's the last couple of days in January. This is when they're going to start bringing all the fruit trees, the bare roots, the bulbs, the summer blooming bulbs, and anything that blooms only in the spring. Let me know what you think, guys. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Remember to hit that notification bell so you'll be one of the first people to know when I put out my videos. Have a great day. Bye-bye.